Hey guys, Lon from the ECOM Zone, and in this video I'm going to show you how I'll rebuild this $80 million website. So Roskin & Co has been popping off lately and they've generated over $18 million from this one store alone. Now if you can see their product page, it is very detailed and it does not look like a dropshipping store. And the problem is guys, whenever I review your stores, they just look so generic and bland. It doesn't look branded at all. So I'm going to show you guys how I will rebuild this store. And if you guys don't know already, I am a UX UI designer and also a brand specialist. So before I got into dropshipping, that was what I did. And if you don't know who I am, I'm Lon, and I've been running my dropshipping store for 5 years now, and I've generated over $5.5 million from that one store alone. And the reason why I've created my YouTube channel is because I don't like scammy gurus. I don't want you guys to buy overpriced courses. I don't want you guys to pay for overpriced mentorships. You can literally learn dropshipping for free on my channel. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to build this store with the Dawn theme. And if you don't know what the Dawn theme is, it's literally a free theme offered by Shopify. So the first thing we're going to do is actually head over to Shopify and sign up. If you don't have a Shopify store yet or you want to start a new one, use the link below and you can get the first 3 months for £1 each month. So let's start the trial here. Let's create our password, create a Shopify account. And with the email address that you want to use to sign up, you should really use your brand's email address. So at this stage, you should have actually come up with your niche, your products, and your branding, so you know what your domain name is. And also you should have created a Gmail account so that you can sign up to these different apps. So we're going to tick online store. I'm not selling yet. And this, I'll just click, I'll decide later. Next, and we'll just try basic. Okay, I'll do this later. So we've got 3 days left of our trial before we have to pay £1. And we're going to create the store within an hour or two. So we wouldn't even need to wait 3 days. So the first things first, we actually need to import a product to our store because our store's empty right now. So what I use to do, so the app I use to automate my fulfillment is DSers. And I've been using DSers for the past 4 years now. Before DSers, I was using Obolo, but Obolo was bought out by Shopify for a few years and then they shut it down because I think it was just too much work for them to connect Shopify to AliExpress, and there's a lot of API works. And so they directed us to DSers, and this is what I've been using for the past 4 years. So you just want to get started. Just put my email in there, enter new password, and then get started. So again, this will be the email address you created with Gmail for your domain name or your brand. And then we're going to select Shopify and then connect Shopify to DSers, so install. Install. And then you want to just install. And DSers has a free forever plan. So even if you use my affiliate link, I won't be paid out. So for anyone who's like curious, like, oh, but he's just affiliated with these apps. Well, not really. You can just use the free forever plan. And the reason why I use DSers is because it's such an easy app to connect Shopify to AliExpress. So I'm just going to confirm this, log in and authorize. And then we're going to get the free forever plan here, get started. And I would personally suggest you move on to the advanced plan once you start making sales, because the free plan won't send your tracking details to your customers automatically. With the paid plan, it does. And that's why you should really move on to the advanced plan once you start getting sales. Otherwise, you'll have to manually fulfill your orders on Shopify and send your customers that tracking link. We're going to have to also link AliExpress. So we also need to create an AliExpress account. The ecomzone@gmail.com. Use strong pass, submit. Okay, so now that we've got our AliExpress account, our DSers account, and our Shopify account, we're just going to connect this. Select suppliers, AliExpress, log in. We do need to link it to our AliExpress account. and access now. So we need to sign in and authorize permission. Save that. And hopefully we should be logging in now. So the first thing you want to do on DSers is actually go to the import list, because without a product on your store, we don't have nothing to work with. We're going to try to find a similar product to this, which is an IPL hair removal device. So let's see what that comes up with. So something like that. This is actually a very saturated product, guys. So this was like trending 5 years ago, 4 years ago. So I wouldn't actually sell this product. The purpose of this video is just to show you guys how you can build and replicate a winning product page with just the Dawn theme. So we'll just use this supplier for now. This new device here. Let's check the supplier themselves, and this is not a pure choice store. So if you don't know what a pure choice store is, you should check out my other videos. I have plenty of videos going through DSers and AliExpress. So these stores you can work with, where you can see their name, you can see positive review ratings, you can see the followers, you can also follow and contact now. Let's just close that. You want to also install the DSers Chrome extension so that you have this button here to add to DSers. Now, if you don't have this, what you can do is just copy the URL and then go over to the import list, and then you can just paste it in here and just click OK. However, because I've already imported it, it's already showing up here. So then now that your product's on DSers, the next step is to actually edit the product before you push it to Shopify. So let's click edit, and we're just going to name this whatever these guys named it. So silky smooth plus routine. Probably not this actually. It will probably be silky smooth IPL hair removal laser device. So this will be fine for now. Let's click type, and we're going to add a type here. So this will be under the hair category, and I'll put it in under the hair category as well. And then variants, we can see here that you have EU plug, US plug, UK plug. Now from here you can actually delete variants. So let's just say for whatever reason you don't want the first two variants, you just tick those, go to actions and delete variants, and it will just have the third variant only. But for our store we'll keep all three variants, and then we'll go to description, and we're just going to delete all of this. So Control A to highlight all and just delete. And then we're also going to go to images. So we're just going to go through these pictures and select the pictures we want. And honestly, I'm not too sure which one I want right now, so I'm just going to copy them all through. So once you've selected all the images you want, you just hit the save button. Once that's saved, now before we import this product to our store, we do need to check our settings for the pricing rule. So go to settings, and this button here, it goes set the price template, and DSers will automatically calculate the price for you. So hit go to set, and if this pop-up doesn't appear for you, you can just go to sales channel, pricing and currencies, and you just want to toggle this pricing rule on, and we're just going to change the basic pricing rule from plus to multiply by 300%, and then we're going to toggle on the compare at pricing rule. So the compare at pricing rule is just so that your product looks like it's on discount. So times that by 450%, and we're going to hit save. And then we also need to go down here to assign the cents. Now we want this to be 99 and this one to be 00, and then hit save. The reason for this is because usually the sale price ends with 99 cents, and then the compare at price should be 00. So this pricing rule is finished. We're going to go back to our import list. Once we're back on our import list, we're just going to hit this button here. Now it looks like a bin, but it's basically pushing to your store. I don't know why they use that icon, but yeah, we're going to hit that button, push to store. You can see here that the pricing rule is set, and make sure these are all unticked. And we're just going to hit push to store. And this will push our product from DSers over to Shopify. So now if we click my products, it should appear here soon. Hit the refresh button, and here it is. So once we're here, you can access the AliExpress page by just clicking this, and now open the AliExpress page. So if you want to go back to the AliExpress product page, or your supplier store, it's best to navigate from here. And if you want to go to your Shopify store for this product page, you go to open in store. And now that the Shopify page is open, the first thing you want to do is add tags to this. So what I'll add is like hair removal, hair, laser, IPL, white, rose gold, EU, US, UK. You kind of just want to add a few different tags related to the product, but over time you could just populate this. The reason why we're adding tags is so that you can actually organize your website and build collections. We're also going to add 2025 March, because then we could create a new arrivals collection and it will link to these tags here. So let's just say in 5 months time, the new arrival collection won't have the 2025 March tag. So that means any products that were uploaded with this tag won't show up in the new arrivals in 5 months time. With color, you could just click this, and I'm going to delete this because we don't actually need this variant. There's only one variant for color. So just hit delete, and then the plug type we can leave in, and I'm actually just going to remove plug and just do EU, US, UK, and put US first, UK second, and EU last. Then hit the save button, save product. I'm currently losing my voice, but every time I make changes on my Shopify store, I do hit the save button, because there's been times where Shopify crashes and all your work will be lost. So that's why I always hit the save button whenever I'm making changes on the product page. I thought I'd delete the description, but I guess not. What I'll do is just delete that for now, hit the save button, and then all these pictures will be fine. What we're going to do actually is create a basic description. So let's head over to Silky Smooth, and then I'm just going to copy this. What's read more? Okay, so they have a whole section here. Let's just copy the top one, and then we're going to head over to ChatGPT. So I want to ask ChatGPT to write us a product description based on that one. Actually, let me put my product title in there as well. Of course, I can't have the bundle details here, so I'm just gonna have to delete this. Yep. And then we're also going to ask ChatGPT to use different frameworks. So please use different copywriting frameworks, and they'll know which one we're talking about is Ada and Paz. Use a friendly tone of voice catered towards females, young females in their 20s and 30s. Yeah, let's just do that for now. Of course, with your product, you add different inputs. It could be more detailed. It could be like from the gifting angle. You can mention other angles to add in there so that ChatGPT can include that in the output. And so we can see here they're using Ada, Paz, and Fab. And what you can actually do is ask ChatGPT to just collate this all together and just write you description. So what I'm going to do is ask ChatGPT to do that. Can you convert this into a 3-paragraph description? And just like that, we have AI writing down product descriptions. Now you need to be careful with this, because I know a lot of you over rely on ChatGPT and AI. When it comes to writing product descriptions, especially for problem solving products, you kind of want to give ChatGPT way more input so that when they give you an output, it's a lot more detailed and catered towards your product. A lot of you guys just tell ChatGPT or AI to just write you a basic product description, and that's not going to make you sales. So yeah, provide more detailed inputs or write your own description first, and then you ask ChatGPT to add on to that. So we're just going to copy this over and put it in our product description. We're going to leave these bolded, so that's good. This will be fine for now. Just hit the save button. We should actually have different features on there. So just a few bullet points. Don't know if there's any bullet points on here. Yes, okay. There's a few here. So what I'm going to do is just copy this over and ask ChatGPT to convert this into shortened bullet points. can you please shorten these bullet points? Just because these bullet points are way too long. Yeah. Okay, just copy this. And of course, I'm speed running this, but you do want to make sure that everything is written correctly and it makes sense. So just going to put features, turn this to heading 3, copy that, and then I'll also turn this into a headline. Say goodbye to endless shaving, painful waxing, stubborn stubble. Then we're also going to add another header here. So which one is this? Designed for convenience. No more last minute shaving appointments. Something like that. But of course, you can ask ChatGPT to generate you headlines again. Let's actually make that the headline. So now we got headline, paragraph, headline, paragraph, headline, paragraph, and features. Hit the save button. And again, I'm speed running this, but you guys need to like actually read through the description, make sure it actually fits your tone of voice, your brand, and it makes sense. Also, you want to sell the problem solving points, the wants and needs, desires, how it will change your customers' lives, touch on the emotional side. And then we're going to publish this now. So what you're going to do is manage sales channel, select online store and shop, hit done, and hit save. So now that's actually the product page completed. On this end, we're now going to edit the website. So go to online store on the left. And the default theme for Shopify is the Dawn theme, which we'll stick with. And I actually prefer this theme over my paid theme because my paid theme doesn't get updates often. And there's a lot of sections missing out on the product page. So with my paid theme, I have to do a lot of custom HTML and CSS. However, with the Dawn theme, it's kind of all generated for you. And what I mean by that is like stuff like this. So you could add section here, and there are plenty of different sections here. And this is the home page for now, which we can leave for now. We're going to go up to here and we'll navigate over to the product page. Click that button, click products, and then you can see here that we have default product, which we'll hit first. Now with this default product, we're going to edit it first and then create more templates. Now the benefit with templates is that you can create different templates for different collections on your website. For example, if you're selling jewelry, you can have a template for necklace, you can have a template for bracelets, earrings, rings, and each template will have its unique custom page where you display different information that's generic for that collection. So before we create a template, let's actually edit our website. We want to click product information on the left here, go over to the right and change this to medium because the image is just too big for now. We're also going to change the stacked layout to thumbnail carousel, mobile layout, show thumbnails, and from the top here you could switch to desktop or mobile, so you can see here. And when you're running Facebook ads or TikTok ads, most of your users will come from mobile, and that's why it's good to actually focus on mobile design. So on here, we got our sale price, that's fine. Plug type, quantity, I would actually switch off. The buy buttons, I would actually switch off dynamic checkout buttons. So that's that. And we also need to add our logo at the top here. So to add our logo, we want to go to this theme settings on the left here. And what I would suggest you do is actually go through all of this because you kind of need to adjust all these settings. So we want to click on logo first, and you can see we can select our logo here and our fav icon. Now we don't have a logo yet, right? So what I done was ask ChatGPT to come up with a logo name based on Rose Skin Co. And this is what they gave me. And then I wanted to transition to a name, including Rosie. So I went for Rosie May. So let's actually create a logo for this. I'm going to go over to Canva, which is completely free. And we're going to create a design. Now we want a custom size for our logo. What we want is a longer width, but shorter height. So let's just say our width for our logo is 1,000. and then our height is 300 pixels, and create design. So something like this looks good. It just depends on how long your brand name is. So it's just going to add the text, add a heading, Rosie May, like this. I'm going to zoom out because remember, you're going to see this on mobile and it's going to be really small. So let's look at their logo here. They use a thick font and tighter letter spacing. So I'm going to go to spacing, tighter spacing here, not too much. Rosie May, and let's see what other fonts there is. So there's Canvas Sans, and what I like to do is search for bold. No, that's horrendous. And if you're unsure with what font to use, you can actually go to Google Fonts as well. So let me show you how I do that too. So I'm going to search Google Fonts, browse fonts, the first link. I'm going to just put Rosie May in there. And you can see here, there's different fonts. And what I'll suggest you do is stick to common fonts and fonts on Google Fonts. So Montserrat is actually not too bad. It looks quite nice. Poppins is quite nice as well. Oswald, that's quite nice. So let's just stick to Poppins. Let's see how Poppins looks. Oh, that looks really nice actually. And then we'll make it bold. Make the letter spacing -20. So we'll just put that in the center, make that bigger. It's not center line completely. Cool. We want to share this. Hit the download button, and that's our logo created. Just like that, in about 1 or 2 minutes, we created our logo. Then we also need to create a fav icon. So let's create another one. Create new design. Custom size, it'll be 1000 by 1000, which is just a square. And the fav icon is basically the icons that sit at the top of the page here. And honestly guys, you don't need to spend too much time on a fav icon. As you can see here, it's just like a logo. Silky Smooth has like a rose or tulip. So for now, let's just actually just use RM for now. Like the fav icon isn't actually gonna increase your conversion rates. That's why I don't spend too much time on the fav icon. I want a circle in the back, something like this. Arrange the back, make this white, something like that. RM, yep. Also, this color here is actually not too bad. So we're going to keep this color. And if you don't know how to find your colors, you can go to this website here, coolors.co, and you can start the generator. Honestly, it's the best website ever, and you could just create a set of colors for your brand. As you can see here, I'm just clicking the space bar and it's just auto generating. Now, if you find a color you like, let's just say, let me put in my hex code in, you can lock this. So toggle the lock, and you keep pressing spacebar, and it'll generate colors to fit this theme here. So you can see here, now that's quite a nice color here, but we're just going to keep going until we find different colors. But essentially, this is how you come up with your brand colors, and you just keep toggling on and off what you like. Something like this, right? So we got our set of colors here, we got our blacks, we got grays, light colors here, but your main color is this light coral color here. So this is the fav icon done. Click download, PNG, done. And now we're going to go back to Shopify, add our logos. So we've got Rosie May as our main logo. Upload that and hit done. And then fav icon, upload that as well. Another key thing I want to mention is this logo. You really don't want there to be too much white space above and below the logo. So what I mean by the white space is, you can see up here, the white space is quite minimal. Actually, there's still quite a bit in here, and I'll actually cut it down even further. The reason why is if you have a square logo for your logo, it's going to make your navigation bar really big. So you can see here that the navigation bar is actually quite small still, so this is fine. However, sometimes you guys are using a square logo and it's basically making your navigation bar really big and it's taking up too much space. So we can actually logo position middle center. So now our header looks similar to Rosy Skin Co. Of course, we should actually increase our logo size because that's just too small. 150 maybe. Yeah, something like that. And then we'll hit the save button. And then we're also going to go to colors because the scheme right now is just black and white. What we're going to do is change the scheme colors here. We're going to leave the background to be white. We're going to change the colors of our buttons though. So is that the pink? Yes, that's the pink. And then the button label is going to be pure black. And then that's it for now. And then we also got typography here, which is very important to our brand. We could just use pop-ins. Where's pop-ins? There we go. Yep. And then select. And then body font, pop-ins again. Let's see how that is. Yeah. And this one, heading, we're going to actually go for bold. Yes, select. So something like that looks nice already. So let's actually go back to Silky Smooth and see what we could change here. So the add to cart animation doesn't really matter because on mobile you're not going to see that anyways. They do have reviews here, so to add reviews you're going to use Judge Me, and I should do that later. But for now, let's actually work on our product page. So we've got free shipping globally, try risk free for 90 days, FDA cleared. So let's add these 3 points to our website. And how I'm going to do that is go to the left here and add a block. So you can see there's 9 blocks that we can add. And what we can do is, let's see icon with text. How does that work? Okay, it's like that. And then how does that look on mobile? Okay. Let's see how this goes. So we've got free shipping globally. Free worldwide shipping. And then we're going to do, where's that truck? This one here is 30-day money back guarantee. And then this one here is going to be the love heart. Where's the heart? And then it's going to be FDA cleared. Of course, you're going to have to check if this is actually true. We're just copying their website. So that's that. And then what's next? They got description and then a few bullet points here. What I would actually suggest you do is not copy these descriptions here. What I would do is add drop down accordions. So this description is actually quite long. We're going to have to sort that out later. The share button will actually remove as well. Something we don't need. So underneath description, we're going to add collapsible row. And this one is going to be shipping information. So with this shipping information here, what I'm going to do is go to another website like popring.com and then copy their shipping information over to ChatGPT to write me another one. So you can see here shipping and returns. Just going to copy this and then go to ChatGPT, write me a professional paragraph for shipping information to put on my ECOM store or my beauty brand. Use this as inspiration. Oh yeah, we don't want the beginning text. Shipping information, order typically takes 1 to 2 weeks to arrive depending on your location. And we also going to just put this. For international orders, tax and duties are included, so you won't encounter any unexpected fees upon arrival. We also want to write, we provide free track shipping to the US, to the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, and EU and Europe. Orders typically take 1 to 2 weeks to arrive depending on your location. 5 to 10 business days to arrive depending on your location. For international orders, tax and duties, so you won't encounter any unexpected fees upon arrival. Plus, tracking and all orders, you can monitor your package every step of the way. If you have any questions about shipment, feel free to contact the support team by email. So that's that, nice. Next, we're going to add another collapsible row, and this one is going to be the 30-day money back guarantee. Just want to make sure this is capitalized as well. 30-day money back guarantee, and we'll go to here again, copy this, and then go to ChatGPT, ask it to do the same thing. Can you do the same thing with this? Copy this, head over to this, paste that in. You want to love your purchase, that's why all our products come with a 30-day money back guarantee. If you're not completely satisfied within the first 30 days, simply return for full refund, no questions asked. Probably not full refund. I do charge 5% on returns. Additionally, if your jewelry has any defects, you will face no extra cost. Yeah. Additionally, if your item has any defects in your craftsmanship during this period, you will face no extra cost. So just fix that up. Okay, nice. Click the save button. Now the website is still looking very bland. However, we're gonna just add modules into our website now. So the next thing we want to actually do is add reviews to our website. So we're just going to click back here and download the app Judge Me. So I use Judge Me to import reviews. So just this one here, install. And they also have a free forever plan. So start setup, enable app embed, which will open your custom store. And then you just need to toggle this on. So that's toggled on, and then hit the save. Once that's saved, you just close that, go back to this, and it goes app embed enabled, install review widget, and this will install the review widget down here, got it. And then you can save that. This is just a sample for now, because we actually haven't imported any. Now that's saved, go back to here, it goes installed, next, install star ratings. So you click that, now install the star ratings at the top of the page. And it should sit under the title. So you just want to bring that up. So this review widget is actually wrong. We need another one. It should be star ratings. Here we go. There we go. And I hit the save button. And then go back to here. Widget installed. Branding, star color. We want this color. So go back to coolers. Just copy that. So this will send an automatic review after 14 days. That's fine. Just click finish and import reviews. So when you want to import reviews from AliExpress, you do need another app. So it'll be Judge Me, and it'll be the AliExpress reviews app here. So we'll install this one. Install. This is also free. And this app is required to import reviews from AliExpress over to your store. So we'll just close all this. You see here that it's picked out our product, and then we're just going to paste our URL here. So this is our URL and import. Now you don't have to use your supplier's product page. You can use any product pages out there on AliExpress and import those reviews onto your website. So it wouldn't just be limited to 118 reviews. So we're just going to put it to 100. No, don't email me. What's advanced? Must have pictures. Okay, no, that's fine. Minimum review word count. I'll just say 2 words and then import reviews. Save settings as default and import reviews. So let's see our import reviews. We're also going to pin this to our navigation bar so we can see our apps on the left hand side there. And we see here that it's already imported a lot of our reviews. And what I like to do is actually search for AliExpress, because sometimes reviews do include AliExpress in them, and you do not want that on your store, right? The other word I like to search for is seller, because a lot of customers on AliExpress likes to use that word. And luckily we're good. So that's that. We also want to go on Judge Me app, the reviews one, and then pin this to the side as well. Manage reviews, collect reviews. Good. And now if we go over to our product page again, so customize, go over to our product. You see here that we got our 67 reviews and all our reviews at the bottom there. Now I would actually add more reviews to this, because whenever you're selling like a health or beauty product, you want more reviews. Remember, your customers are landing on your page for the first time. They probably don't know your brand at all. And so they're going to rely on the reviews to see if they'll trust your brand and your product. Next, we're going to actually make this a template now. So what we're going to do, click on top here, create template. I want to name this hair removal based on product, default product. Now, in your case, if you're running a jewelry store, you'll name this necklace, and then you'll create another template for earrings, another template for rings, etc. So hair removal, create template, and you can create as many templates as you want up here. What we're going to do now is add different sections so that we could build out these different sections here. Of course, we're not going to have the exact same look and modules, but we're going to try do our best to replicate the information and put it on ours. So this block here is just a video essentially. So what we're going to do is go on to the left hand side here, add section. I want to see what section is available for us. And you can see here, we have a video here. So we could add that in, bring that up. So guys, the theme you use does not equate to your success. It's actually the content that you put into your website that equates to your success. The more information you put onto your website that emotionally connects to your customers, the higher your conversion rates. So with this video here, we'll just delete this header. We can loop video, select our video, have a URL from YouTube, and then cover, video alt text. So what we're going to do is just screenshot this for now, because I don't have time to create these images. However, you can create these images on Canva, and you can also use this app here called maker.ai. So this app here actually helps you create images and videos of your products. Now, I haven't actually used this before, but there have been videos online of people using it, and it's insane. Like, just look at it. This is an AI video, and it's just like, what the hell? How is this even real? It's just insane how far AI has come. What we're going to just do here is add a cover image, put that in, hit done. Yes, nice. So that sits there. Of course, your image shouldn't have like the text and buttons in there. We'll leave that for now. It's just a template. Hit save. So that's that video there. Next section, we're going to add this. So as seen in these logos here. So let's see if they have a section for that. Slideshow colors, model, email sign up, rich text, image banner, image text. Okay, it's annoying that they don't have this. So we're gonna actually have to custom code this. It shouldn't take too long actually. I mean, this itself is just an image. However, on mobile, it's not gonna look that great. So let's see how their one looks on mobile. I'm gonna inspect element. Okay, so now we've inspected element. I'm gonna go through the mobile page. Okay, so they actually only show 3. It's not like a sliding banner. Let's close this. Go back to our store. Is there something we can add? Image with text, image banner, quick order list. Is it just rich text? Let me just add rich text for now. Delete this button. This is gonna be as seen in small, and then we're gonna actually remove that padding, and then we're gonna add another section, and it will be custom liquid. Bring that up. Now you can use other apps like Vitals and they'll do this for you, but for now we're just gonna custom code this in. So I want to add an image. So what I'm gonna do is ask Google how to add image in HTML. So this is the tag here, image source, blah blah. So what we're gonna do, put that in. This will just be brand logos. And then we're gonna hit save. I'm gonna go back and upload the file, because without the file in there, we can't actually link that. So just search files at the top here. So upload files. I'm gonna upload both of them. So then once we've added these files, we can actually copy this and then put it back into our Shopify product page. So we're just gonna copy this link. go to online store. I'm going to open that in a new tab. Then customize. Go to this product page here. As seen in, and then I'm just going to put the source in here. There we go. And then we also need to ask HTML to make this smaller. So let's actually go to here. Let's see. Yes, here it goes. Width and height. Width. Height will be 200 pixels. And width will be auto. 100 pixels. Nice. And then we also need maybe 80 pixels. 80. And then we need to center line this. So it'll be, I'm gonna have to give this a div class equals brand logos. We're just gonna close off that div box. And then this will be dot brand logos. Oh my god, look at that, guys. Just like that, we're able to center line this, as you can see. And that's why it's beneficial to have like HTML, CSS background, UX, UI background, because you have that creative mind and also know how to like customize this. So you don't have to pay for apps, you don't have to pay people, you just do it yourself. And that took me like what, 2 minutes to do. And then of course, if you want to display this on mobile properly, you also need to fix that as well. But let's just move on to the next block. So we got this. I've always thought these devices were total BS until this one got rid of it. Yeah. So this here is like a feature review. So what we're going to do is actually go on to Judge Me and then select featured reviews and then pull them into our product page. So you can actually add a section here from apps, and it'll be where is it? Reviews carousel. The review carousel. Yes, this one here. For me, I actually like to select my reviews so that reviews like this, 3 weeks in and I already shave less. Like something like this will help increase your conversion rates than a review like this, great product and customer service. Like that doesn't actually add any value to your product page, whereas this one does. And to be honest, we can actually make this as like the feature review, right? So it looks something like this. It's just going to be a little different. So I'm going to actually find this review. Where is it? So manage reviews, and we're going to do search for 3 weeks in. Copy that. And then let's delete this module here, add a section, go to sections, and image with text, image banner. So something like this. I'm going to drag this banner up to sit here. And the reason why I kind of like this banner here is because it breaks up the page. So we have a video here that's not really full width, which is fine. Then we have our scene in. We want to remove this padding top actually. There we go. And then our image banner, which cuts off the page and it lets your users know like, okay, we're on a new section now. Middle center, our color scheme, we're going to remove these buttons. So buttons, delete, give customers details about the banner. So this one will be 3 weeks in and I already shaved less. My natural hair, coarse, thick and grows like weed when I don't shave every other day at least, or it was. The picture here, so we're going to remove this. So that's good. And then we also need the name of the reviewer. So it'll be this person here. Nice. And then subtitle, uppercase, subtitle. And then the image banner. And then let's change this heading. So they don't actually have a heading here, but we can probably put this as, we can put this as the header. Something like that, small. 3 weeks in, I already shaved less. And then I'll just remove this, yeah. Nice, so something like that. And then the background, let's see what they're using. So they got this background here of just women's legs. So what we can actually do is just go on to Google and find that. Actually, I can probably inspect element and find this myself on their website. Open a new tab. Here we go, save image as. Here we go, we're gonna, oh, we can't save image because it's a WebP file. I mean, we could save it in there, but because it's a WebP file, we're actually just gonna screenshot this and then save it as a JPEG. And here again is another benefit of knowing how to use inspect element. And I learned this all in uni because I studied digital design. So let's go back to our store, image banner, image one, and add that to the store. Now let's upload it, click done. Hopefully that appears. Perfect. So I wanted to remove the white box behind it, but small tweaks like that won't really affect conversion rates. So we're just going to move on to the next module. So let's go back to here. The next module is Smooth Skin Made Easy. Here's what you'll love. And they have 3 pictures. And I think Shopify does have this here. So add section. So we do have a multi-column row here. Let's head over. Smooth Skin Made Easy. Here's what you'll love. So let's put here's what you'll love. Heading size medium, that's fine. Full width of column, adapt to image. Button label, we'll move the button label. Columns free, okay. Here we go, here's what you'll love. And then I'm just gonna save these images. Of course you can't do this, I'm just speed running this. And you need to source your own images. Whether that's with AI, you're sending it to a UGC content creator, etc. So with this, select, add images. Let's just add all 3. Let that upload. So the first one's there. Is it gonna work? Nice. And it goes works everywhere. So they have the right click disabled. There is an app that lets you right click and edit content. So just paste that in, copy, paste that in. And then let's see what this is here. Show as column, image full width, adapt to image, square. There we go, perfect. And then I want to remove the gray background, but again, it's just like, it's such small little tweaks that it won't affect conversion rates. This column, this one wasn't it? Oh, remove that one. And of course, if you're gonna sell something similar to this, I would actually use ChatGPT to just rewrite these. Your smoothest skin ever. Perfect. So that's our next section done. Hit the save button. And you can see guys, like with the Dawn theme, our website is coming along nicely, right? Like you don't need to pay for theme. You don't need Shrine theme for this. I'm literally building this website for $1 right now. The only thing I need to pay for is that Shopify fee, which is £1 a month. Judge Me is free. DSers is free. Dawn theme is free. So to actually start and launch your business, it doesn't actually cost much. The cost comes in when you start running ads, when you start sourcing images, when you start sourcing ad creatives and that sort of stuff. So the next bit here is this here. Of course, we don't have a module like this. So what I'm going to do is split this into 2 sections. We're going to have one section about this side and one section about this side. What I'm going to do is add a multi row here. So 50-50 section, I want to delete this bottom row so it has 50-50, and what we're going to do is try find images for these sections. So we can actually use the images that we've got from AliExpress because there's quite a few here. Let me just close those pop-ups. So I'm just going to use this download a Chrome extension to see what images we can download. Let's see what large ones. Okay, so these are like full width banners. Let me just download these because they might be good for our website. Okay, let me just download those. Download 6 images, and then let me see that medium pictures. No, okay, that's fine. I kind of wanted this image here because it's nice, professional, simple. It's like 9 NG levels. So just hit save. Whole body hair removal. Okay, any other ones I can use? Let's just use this one for now as well. Hit save. And then we're going to go back to our website. And the left one, we're going to insert that image. Let's hit done. Let's see if it picks it up. Nice. Is there any chance of making this bigger? So height is adapt to image. Yep. Medium is width. Alternate from left. Go to the first one. Remove our button label. And then we're going to go back to here. So small device, big impact. That's our caption. And then feel the difference. Once that's done, we're just going to head over. Less hair growth after 1 use. I'm going to turn these into bullet points. I don't know why it's not putting it into a bullet point, but let's just copy them over. Oh, perfect. Yeah, for some reason that's not working, so we'll just leave it as that. And then we'll go down to the next one, select an image, something like this. Of course, your image needs to match what your text is going to say. So the caption, it'll be 3 in 1 device. Image in here goes to the salon. Say goodbye to expensive salon for something like that, right? And then we'll copy these over, skip the salon, choose 6 intensity levels. Of course, you're going to have to change that, so it'll be like, what, 9 intensity levels. Of course, this one should really go up to this section here, because that's actually talking about the 9 levels. 900 flashes last 5 years. Button label remove. And of course, we're going to make sure that it's actually 999 flashes, LCD display. So we're going to move this multi-row section up, drag it above the reviews, hit save. So this website is coming along nicely already. And then what's next? So how long till my hair's gone? So we got like this transitions thing here. So we can't actually replicate this module here. However, we can include this information on our side. So let's see what sections we can add for this section. This one here, drag that above again. And it will be how long till my hair's gone. So that will be the header, button label, goodbye, columns. So let's do 2 to 4 weeks. So 2 to 4 weeks, you'll be surprised at just how fast your hair grows. And then the next one, it'll be 5 to 8 weeks. And then after a month, consistent or weekly, or consistent weekly. And then 8 to 12 weeks. And then, perfect. And what you want to do is get pictures of like something hairy, right? And I can actually probably get this image as well. Where is it? There it is. Save image as, and then where's this image here? Oh my god, that looks kind of hideous. Oh god, I need to save this actually. I need to screenshot this. I hate looking at hairs. Oh my god, that's disgusting. 5 to 8 weeks. Where's this picture here? Is it figure? Is this figure? Yep. Open a new tab. So these picture quality is actually really bad. Like, I'm surprised I don't have the only ones taken. Because it just seems like they added like an effect. Look, it's like pinkish. And then what's this picture here? Open a new tab. Okay. So you kind of want your pictures to be consistent across your website. That's why it's probably best to either use AI or like try to find something online. But for like the purpose of this is I'm not trying to find the perfect images. I'm just showing you guys how to build your website. So we'll just put that in. This one, select. Add this one in. There we go. And of course, if you want to remove this, the border, it'll be adapt to image square. So something like that. That looks fine to me. So hit save again. Now let's move on to the next section. So will Lumi work for me? Select your skin tone. Okay, so let's just say that. Select your hair root. So yes, based on your skin, should fit for you. So we actually have an image for this, and let's actually add a section for that. It's not going to be the exact same, but it will be image with text. Drag that above the review again. And this image will be, yeah, something like this. Perfect. Save this. So add the image in. Done. And then it'll be will Lumi work for me? So will this work for me? And then there'll be no more guesswork. Remove the button label, remove the button down here. Of course, you're going to add some sort of text here. I want to ask ChatGPT, can you write me a short paragraph about how you can use this hair removal device on most skin tones? Something like that. Okay, make this even shorter, 2 sentences max. This hair removal device is safe and effective for wearing skin tones just when your treatment. It does often cause skin. Okay, something like that, right? Perfect. So that's that for this section here, and then we also have a compare to. So this beats this, and their website is very customized, so it's actually comparing to 4 different methods. Of course, we don't have the ability to do this. However, we should really try to have like a compare at. With this section, you're basically telling your customers like why you should use your device over other methods. Let's see what other sections is available for that. Okay, so I'm not too sure if there is a section for that, but again, you just need to play around, get creative with it, and see how you can have this. Maybe it's just a picture, right, where you just literally take a picture like this, and so it'll be a 50-50 image. So this will be the image, and then the left side will be the text. But we'll leave that out for now. They also have this certified dermatologist statement. Again, you could just use a full width banner for that one. So let's inspect element and get this picture. Save image, where is it? Save image as, so a WebP file, which is not useful to us. And now that's saved, I'm gonna put that into our store. Add section again, and it will be an image banner. So the image is gonna be this one here. Click done, and then experts love us too, and put this here, remove the buttons. Yeah, something like that will do. Then what's next? We got our FAQs. So our FAQs won't look as fancy as that one, but I believe there is an FAQ section. Yeah, so our FAQ section will be collapsible content, and this will be silky smooth routine Q&A. So it will be silky smooth skin Q&A. So what's included? Of course, you don't have to get that fancy, but basically just what's included is IPL safe. Of course, you can put these in as well, but for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to put the headers. And then you can add more collapsible rows here. Our results permanent. Will they work for me? What's another free shipping? Add another one. So that's it there, your FAQs. And then underneath, hear from silky smooth routine users, and then customer reviews, which we have here. Perfect. And there we have it, guys. We have literally built out a product page. Now, of course, you're gonna have to like play around with your images, customize them so it looks on brand. I'm gonna cut this product description down because it's way too big. And if you just hit save, that is how you build your product template. Now, how to actually assign this template to this product. So if you go back to products, and then you're gonna edit this product, and on the bottom right here, you can see theme template, and you just want to select hair removal and click save. So let's actually preview this. So this is our final product page. You see here, we've got our custom logo, sort of looks branded. Of course, you could do a lot more customization here, like editing your images to make it look consistent, reducing font sizes because this just looks so big. I also like the font for our add to cart to be like this, where it's all caps and sort of spaced out. Right now it just looks very bland. Description we'll have to cut down. We've got our shipping information, money back guarantee. We've got our video here, as seen in. We've got our like feature reviews. Here's what you'll love. 50-50 sections. We've got like a before and after. Will this work for me? Experts loves us too. And then we got our FAQs. Honestly, guys, it just took me an hour and a half to build this website from scratch. Of course, it'll take a lot more time to source the images, to edit images, to write your own descriptions. But I hope this video has helped you become more confident in building your product pages. And you really need to focus on your product pages, because this is the landing page that your customers are going to land on before they add to cart. And if they don't add to cart, they're not going to buy from you. And that's why it's so important to do this. Of course, there are other improvements to add to your website. So if you want to know what other information you should include on your product page, check out my other videos on how to build a product page and how to write better copy. And that, guys, is the end of this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, smash that like button. I do this all for free, and subscribe to my channel for more content. Peace.